So Mongolian Street first was birthed as a street food stall for Eat Street. It was way back in 2018, I remember, on a Saturday morning. We reached out to Eat Street, got a stall for 10,000 rupees, spent about another 10,000 rupees getting a little bit of equipment. I used to cook for my friends when they used to come over and they would have a drink, and there was a period that I didn't have anything, so I would be the guy who makes all the bites. So through that experience, we thought of starting a restaurant. I toured Malaysia also to find a little bit more about Asian cuisine. So 2018, January 21st was the time Mongolian Street was birthed. It was not registered at the time. It was only a street food outlet. But we sold pretty well at first. So for about 2 years, we were doing only street food stalls, and then we started doing a little bit of catering at house parties, and then we upgraded to doing big matches and large-scale events as well. But during COVID, we had to take a step back. At the time, I was involved in a media company, and because of that, I was privileged to have a media pass. So I used that media pass to get about and started delivering food to people at home. So I used to prep in the night, cook in the morning, and deliver in the afternoon. And there was a huge pull from the crowd for us to start our own restaurant. And during the lockdown, just before the power crisis and the petrol crisis, we started a small restaurant down Chitra Lane in Colombo 5. It's a very small rent, no dining, nothing at all. With my father in the front counter, me assisting a cook upstairs for a little bit of time. And then it immediately picked up, and then our struggle was finding gas, finding fuel to get the goods, finding from everything from carrots to chicken, everything was a struggle. But God definitely took us through that season and made sure our restaurants ran through it all. We were closed probably for about 1.5 hours on a particular day when we ran out of gas. By morning we had it. So it has been an incredible journey. So talking about strategy, what we want to do is we want to give a good meal to everybody, clean meal. Everything here is prepped on the spot. When we get an order on Uber Eats or a customer comes to dine in, that is when we hit the kitchen. Everything is done from scratch when the customer comes, and you get a fresh meal. So if it's on Uber Eats, it's just the travel time. Other than the travel time, it's just cooked 10 minutes before it leaves. We are a zero waste restaurant. We don't waste anything because we cook according to the order only. We ensure that our food is halal as well, just to ensure that Sri Lanka is a multi-ethnic, diversified community. So we want to ensure that every Sri Lankan can come into this restaurant and enjoy a meal. Our packaging looks premium, our restaurant experience looks premium also, but necessarily doesn't mean we invest a lot of money in it, but just that whatever we do it to our very best. We also have a beautiful story behind this restaurant, is because I believe I'm a person who was given a second chance in life. A few years ago, or maybe over a decade ago, I wasn't doing too well in life in many aspects, but I was able to get it all together, recover from that situation, and invest money in a good way. In our restaurants, we practice a policy even to our suppliers. We don't owe anything. We have zero debt. We don't keep pending bills. Everything is paid. Our staff salaries are paid on the date. We don't have any tax issues either. So we make sure we are not a burden to the society, but we are a solution to the society. We hire people who have drug addictions out of mental hospitals, who are in an incubator period afterwards, and give them something to hope for and also look forward to. Most of those people, 99% of those people, have made it through and live a good life. We have people like that in the kitchen right now as well. So that's our greater purpose, to ensure the second chance that God gave us, that we give it back to society as well. So when we decided to open a restaurant, and why we selected Mongolian, was for some reason, no matter what state of mind you are in at any given time, fried rice is ample. It's in every street corner. But Mongolian has a bit of more of a zest into it as well. And strangely enough, I was able to fixate and pick Mongolian cuisine as what I want to do on one of my travels. So back in around 2010, I traveled to Malaysia for an education fair and education purposes. And there, Malaysia is very, very known for its night markets. It's gorgeous. If you're a Sri Lankan watching this, you should definitely purchase a ticket from Travelco and then travel to Malaysia and check out those night markets. It's just absolutely amazing. almost 1,000 stalls per street. Something that we do is we believe in being a solution to the society. It's not always about profits. Before profit comes purpose. Why are you doing it? Is it just to make money? So if you have a purpose in what you do, a greater purpose, like being a solution to the society, the profits come anyway. It's the basics of business or in life in general. You do something good, good things happen. So like I said, within our walls, we have people who have been rehabilitated and their lives have upgraded and so on as well. We give them full freedom to do what they want so that they learn more instead of micromanaging. We let them be themselves at the same time, like the basics that a young person can enjoy, like something from, let's say, personal grooming to improving their language skills. We even put them in our social media and also make them part of our videos also, so that it gives them the confidence they require. We have people from all sorts of religions, backgrounds as well, because perfect society, Sri Lankan society, includes every race, every caste, every creed as well. Like I said, we are a halal restaurant. The reason why we do that is we want to ensure we strictly abide by it. We don't sell pork, we don't do alcohol, none of that. No matter how much of profits we can get. The reason being, every Sri Lankan should be able to come to this restaurant and enjoy a meal, because that's what makes it all beautiful. So we realized that what we call Mongolian food is actually not from Mongolia. So there was a set of Mongolians who was trying to run out from Mongolia to, run away from the wrath of Genghis Khan when he was the emperor. And they fled to Malaysia. Now, Mongolians are people who eat only meat, like pure meat, mainly beef. And when they moved to Malaysia, which is a multicultural country, they couldn't find a lot of beef. The Malaysians eat a lot of rice. So what they did was they put more meat and a little bit of rice as the filler, and created this dish. This is what we call Mongolian, which is actually Malaysian cuisine for the Mongolians who migrated to Malaysia. So that's why you find more meat in our food than a fried rice, because the balance is very different to a nasi goreng or a fried rice. It's more meat, less rice. So this is Shanilka. He has been with us for about 4 years now. He's one of our most loyal and faithful employees. No one can come and take Shanilka. Shanilka won't go either. But Shanilka knows the story behind this dish. So this is called the loaded fried rice, or the all-in loaded fried rice. This has beef, chicken, prawn, and cuttlefish as well. So if you are really, really trying to enjoy a really good meal with a lot of meat, this is one of the best things that I'll recommend. This is not a Mongolian dish. This is more of a Chinese dish. We introduced for people who wanted something with less color and more of a Chinese flavor to it. Now, this took us 1 year to create. We have been trying to come up with a proper recipe for this from end 2024 onwards. And we launched it only in December 2025, when we had given out samples to customers and all of that, and we were sure it would be a hit. Currently, this is our second highest selling dish after the Mongolian dishes, and it is something you can really enjoy. So we are trying to bring in a not a Chinese fried rice taste per se, but a Chinese Sri Lankan kind of feel to it. Something that I strongly recommend is, like, if you are someone who wants to start a food business, a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs reach out to me on social media and ask, how much of money do you need for this? What are the basic things I can tell you? Something that really helps is to go out of the country and explore. Like, let's say if you eat Chinese in Sri Lanka and then you start a Chinese restaurant, the flavor you're used to is very different to what you find abroad. So then let's say you open another Chinese restaurant, your flavor is going to be the same as another Chinese restaurant. If you open another Mongolian restaurant eating Mongolian street food, we are both going to have the same flavor, and you might not be able to maintain my flavor. So how do you improve? You can do better. So what you can do is travel. Find out new ingredients when you travel. Even if your work sends you abroad, walk into all the small markets. Find out the specific ingredients, like tiny condiments and so on, that they use in that particular culture, and bring it home. Try it with Sri Lankan food maybe. So it could be Sri Lankan cuisine with a twist of Chennai. So it's things like that. throw in a little bit of masala in the potato, you know. So stuff like that. So traveling, I think, is very important. It opens your eyes. It will help you in your job to everything that you do. So like I said, our first branch was in Colombo 5. If you're trying to start a food business as well, and it's going to be at least 50% delivery based, Colombo 5 currently has the best radius for Uber Eats. Colombo 5, 6, this area we are in Stratford Avenue. A small geographic area from which, because Uber Eats Pick Me Everybody delivers to a radius of 5 kilometers. So the circle that it covers some of the best areas. So if even at any given time, you find the most amount of Uber riders, even Pick Me cabs in this particular area. So that's one of the reasons why we were able to grow very fast on Uber Eats. So all 3 of our branches are in the top 20 on Uber Eats. We then shifted to Battaramulla because that is closer to the area we hail in, but has a huge demand for food business. Mount Lavinia is very different. Mount Lavinia, there's a demand not for dining. If someone wants to dine in Mount Lavinia, they go to the beach predominantly. But they order on Uber Eats and Pick Me. So we have a smaller location there in a delivery-centric location. So next up, we have 2 other locations that we are trying to go into this year as well. That will be a surprise. We'll tell you very, very soon. But it's all based on the fact that we want to make sure it's accessible to not only Sri Lankans, but from people abroad as well. All the restaurants are owned by us. We are not interested in doing franchise at the moment because we want to make sure it's not about growing fast. If you wanted, we could have had like 10 branches within the 4 years we've had restaurants, or else we can also ensure that the branches that we open are of high quality, that even if it's 1 branch, that the delivery is the same, and then we'll grow to 3 branches. The food that you eat in 1 branch should be the same as what you eat in the 3rd branch. So that's about growth, and that's our journey. We hope to expand to foreign nations as well very soon. But it all depends on the supply chain, whether we can get the sources out to those countries, whether the palate is suited as well. So at Stratford Avenue, we've had a lot of European tourists, a lot of Australians, a lot of Chinese people, Indians. So it seems like the food that we create is very well accepted. So it's on one of the travels that we found that out as well. I know so many other people in the food business who got the bright idea of what kind of cuisine they want to go into when they travel. For example, I hear Crepe Runner. I think my good friend Salam found out about crepes when he was touring Australia. So he just thought that was something that we can bring down to Sri Lanka. Darshan Munidas of Nihonbashi, I think he has roots in Japan as well, so it's through his travels. So travel a lot, not just to see the culture or the mountains or the typical tourist sites. You should definitely travel for food as well, because the food from every country has a different flavor. So when you come back, if you're someone who likes to cook as a passion or just as an escape, even right now, so I'm a media personality as well. I used to be on radio. Now I read news on TV. What I do, but my main area is I was into economics and investments. But what I do whenever I'm stressed out, if I'm having a personal problem or whatever, I either listen to music or put music on full blast and cook, so that within like an hour or so I calm down. It's really good to do. So if you like to cook, if you like to use food like cooking as an outlet, or if you like to host people, travel. You can start as close as Chennai. Chennai's food culture is absolutely amazing. It has lots of different flavors. You can then go to Thailand. It's a completely different thing. In Japanese countries, with the advent of like things like radish, gives a different flavor to it as well. So travel a lot. If you are a foodie, except for the Taj Mahals and the pyramids that you will see, the cuisine itself is more of a reason to travel. It's one of the reasons that I travel as well.